Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Volunteer State Community College in Gallatin, Tennessee. We are on the campus at the Dr. Warren and Chris Softball Complex for another afternoon of Lady Pioneers softball. Going to be playing the Lady Lions of Wallace State in Hanceville, Alabama, just outside of Birmingham. First games of the year for Wallace State, coming in as a preseason number 3 in Division I softball. Got all the way to the World Series last year, finally defeated by the Walters State Lady Senators. It finished with a 52-7 record. They were 30-2 in their conference down in Alabama. I believe that conference has now been pared down quite a bit. I think teams left and went into Division II. But Wallace State staying in Division I, Region 22, I believe they are in. But a sunny day here in Middle Tennessee. Now familiar, Gallatin, Tennessee is located about 20 miles northeast of Nashville. We'll get right to the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Lady Lions, leading off playing center field, McKinnon Howard. Batting second, Bailey Rouse playing third base. Laura Lee Wheeler will play second base and bat third. Jesse Taylor in the cleanup spot playing first base. Tessa Word, the designated player, hitting fifth. Shortstop Randy Phillips will hit sixth. The left fielder Haley Hollyhand will bat seventh. Emily Hall will be behind the plate batting eighth, and Caroline Cartron play right field and bat ninth. And in the circle for the Lady Lions, their number 1 pitcher from a year ago, Emily Simon. She finished 2023 with a record of 17-1 in 24 appearances. Says she had 2 starts, but that's not accurate. Looking at the NJCAA statistics from a year ago, 127 plus innings. She had 156 strikeouts. So she will be in the circle for game number 1. We're scheduled for 2 7-inning contests here this afternoon. The Lady Pioneers fell in the doubleheader to John A. Logan yesterday. So they're coming right back for 2 more ball games today, hoping to get back on the winning track. Come in with a record of 1-3 overall. Doubleheader today and then off until next week, where they will go to Poplar Bluff, Missouri to take on Three Rivers College in another doubleheader. Here's the Toyota of Gallatin starting lineup for VolState. Everybody but the pitcher. I have that information. Game time decision apparently for Christian Lynn. Leading off, playing shortstop, Corey Harris. Batting second, playing right field, Michaela Fuqua. Erica Abbott will play second base and bat third. Riley Lotzenheiser in the cleanup spot will play first base. Katie Davis in left field batting fifth. Marianne Bellevue will be the designated player batting sixth. And behind the plate, Bailey Osbrooks hitting seventh. Shelby Green out in center field hitting eighth. And Corinne Knapp at third base batting ninth. So it's a question on whether or not it's going to be Caitlin Davis, who threw in game 1 all 7 innings, came on in relief in game 2, and through the last 3 innings, gave up only 1 hit and struck out 3. No runs given up by Caitlin in the 9-4 loss to John A. Logan in game number 2. So we'll have to see who's heading out to the circle. The umpires have arrived. Looks like Brad Sloan will be behind the plate for game one. Easton Litton, who was here for yesterday's doubleheader, is on the bases for game one, and they will switch for game two, I would assume. Experienced umpires, the both of them. Appreciate y'all being along here as we will get started. Apparently not getting started early like we did yesterday. As Mackenzie Lusk is over here waiting to play the national anthem. So Laura Walker, okay. Do we have two Lauras? Lily's who I'm thinking. Laura Walker will be in the circle. Freshman right-hander from Greenbrier, Tennessee. Finished at Greenbrier High School. She is the daughter of James and Sarah Walker, a health science major. Papa and Barbara, grandparents in Madison, along with Grandpa and Grandma in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. So we will take a quick break. We will be back after the national anthem. We can't air or hear the national anthem. We get kicked off YouTube if they hear any music. So we will take a short break. Be right back on the VolState Sports Network. Bit of a delay as the umpires over talking to new head coach Lauren Stewart for Wallace State Lady Lions. I think she just put on that hat yesterday as they had a change at the top for the Wallace State softball team. She is assisted by Gracie Ashley, who I believe is the same Gracie Ashley who played for the Lady Lions a year ago and led the squad in at-bats, runs, tied for the team in hits, and leading in triples with a .386 batting average. So big loss for Wallace State as they had their top three hitters no longer with the team. I assume they were sophomores and have moved on to play four-year softball. They have about 6 or 7 back from last year's team but only 4 that had any kind of significant time in the batter's box. But they do have 2 of their top 3 pitchers back from a year ago, Emily Simon and I believe it's her twin sister, Katie Simon. Combined had 28 of the 52 wins. and over 210 innings of the 374 that were thrown by Wallace State in that World Series team from a year ago. So the Lady Pioneers expecting a very tough contest today in the doubleheader. As you see, Christian Lynn, coach for the Lady Pioneers, out there in his red hoodie, and he's out there in shorts. He'll be out there in shorts whether it's 10 degrees outside or not. His father, Johnny Lynn, who was the head softball coach for 30 years, and then became the head men's basketball coach this past fall, did the same thing. He'll wear shorts even when it's extremely cold out. But shaking hands, and we are about set for the national anthem. We'll probably keep it here and just mute the microphone, although can't really hear the speakers from outside inside this nice press box here at Nichols Softball Complex. We are about set for softball action between Wallace State and Volunteer State. And the national anthem has been played, and we are set for softball in the TCCAA site of Volunteer State Community College. The Lady Pioneers wearing their home whites today. Yesterday had on blue tops. Wearing whites. If you were with us yesterday, a couple of these ladies have different numbers on these jerseys, so had to get some help from Coach Lynn to make sure I knew who they were. Another shout out to Toyota of Gallatin, located right across from the eastern entrance to Volunteer State. So they have put brand new scoreboards up for each of the athletic teams here at VolState, softball and baseball. New scoreboards, beautiful looking out there in left center field and in the Richard Moore Gymnasium inside the Pickle Fieldhouse. Two brand new scoreboards on either end of the court. And so thanks to Eric Carr and Jake Thompson, general manager and general sales manager over there, and bought my Tundra over there a couple of years ago. If you're looking for a friendly salesman, Wayne Hobdy is who I worked with. If you need service for any vehicle, go over there and say hello to Emily Smith and tell her that Tim Reese sent you. And she might give you a big smile, I know that for sure. And if you ask, she might even give you a hug. Known Emily for a long time, the daughter of friends of mine, Tony and Kim Smith. We are set as Laura Walker has completed her warm-up tosses. She is ready for her second outing of the season. Took the loss in game one against Sneed State. And McKinnon Howard, the center fielder, will step in. Square around and take ball one, and we are underway at 1:06 p.m. Game time temperature 64 degrees. Gren Knapp halfway home. Swing and a miss. Katie Davis down the left field line playing and hugging that line. Shelby Green now moves over toward left center field. Michaela Fuqua playing straight away in right field. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. On deck, Bailey Rouse. Laura Walker went 3 innings. The game against Sneed State, first game of the year. Took the loss. Give up 4 hits, 7 runs, but only 2 were earned. There is a foul tip on a bunt attempt. And the first batter of the ball game will bring us to a Full Count Ministries full count. It's a baseball ministry, but the reason I'm here broadcasting is because of the Full Count Ministry. So still like to give them a shout out on all the full counts. There's a shot that will get by Corinne Knapp and the outstretched glove of shortstop Corey Harris into left field for a leadoff single. Bailey Rouse steps to the plate. One on, nobody out. She's going to take the pitch, throw down to second base. It's a stolen base for Howard. Pitch, I believe, was a ball. Nope, they called it a strike. At least that's what it says up on the scoreboard. McKinnon Howard 38 for 41 in stolen base attempts. There's a ground ball that gets into the glove of Corey Harris. She might have saved a run right there. It's 2 ground balls that have gone to the same spot. And now runners at, well, she took second base. Somebody was sleeping out there. Threw the ball back to the circle, but Bailey Rouse, aggressive running here in the top of the first inning. Christian Lynn's going to come out and talk to Easton Litton, possibly about, hey, the ball's in the circle. I'm going to tell you, folks, I'm just going to admit now, I'm not that up on softball rules. Normally I'm doing baseball, but I thought that if the ball got to the circle, that maybe time would have been called, but maybe not. I know that Bailey Rouse was leading off from first base, maybe possibly trying to draw a throw to allow Howard to score, but she ended up taking off. See if I can go back and see what happened here on the replay. She was creeping off of first base, creeping off, and as soon as Laura Walker turned her back to second base, she took off. The throw from Walker was not in time. They're going to allow Rouse to stay at second base. Not a stolen base. But I don't think you can charge an error on that. But regardless, we're at second and third with nobody out. Laura Lee Wheeler stepping in. First pitch to Wheeler is in there for a called strike. Wheeler played in 56 games a year ago. She hits a ground ball to third. They're going to come to the plate, and the ball is dropped, and the run is scored. Now they're going to go ahead and take off for second base, and she's going to be tugged out. 2-4 on the put out. So 1 run scores, 1 out recorded. Wallace State takes an early lead. Pitch to Jesse Taylor, the first baseman's high. That would be an error on Bailey Osbrooks on the play at the plate, so no RBI on the failed catch. It's a good throw by Corinne Knapp, just bounced right out of the glove of Osbrooks behind the plate. Defense let Lady Pioneers down a little bit yesterday, and it's reared its ugly head here early. Popped up into right field. Michaela Fuqua looking up into the sky. She's going to make the catch, but no chance to throw out Rouse. So a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Jesse Taylor. Two outs, 2 in for Wallace State. Tessa Word steps to the plate with nobody on. Laura Walker trying to get out of the inning here. Catches that inside corner. Word also back from last year's squad. Hit 286 in limited action. 28 official plate appearances. 8 hits. Double. She pops that one up down the right field line and just in fair territory. That is Erica Abbott making the catch. 2 runs on 2 hits. Was 1 error. And nobody left on base. Headed to the bottom of the first inning. Lady Pioneers will get their first crack at Emily Simon. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network on YouTube, and we are also broadcasting on Comcast Cable Access Channel number 19. Big thanks again to A.J. Fawson, the head audio and video man here at VolState to get us up and running today. We had a few glitches yesterday, a few more. I'm sure it's my fault. But AJ is ready, willing, and able to get us underway. As Corey Harris steps in for the Lady Pioneers. Harris went 3 for 3 in game 1 yesterday's contest, but 0 for 4 in game 2. Looks like a called strike. She'll look at a bunch of pitches as a good leadoff batter will do. That one goes outside. Corey, a sophomore from Cedar Hill, Tennessee, played her high school softball at Joe Burns, daughter of Stacy and Kelly Harris. Swings and misses on an inside pitch. The count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Papa Richard and Mama Charlie in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Played in 47 and started all 47 a year ago. Hit .375. Scored 52 runs. And nice eye there. She looks at a pitch down low, and we'll have another Full Count Ministries full count. Go to fullcountministries.com if you got a baseball player, high school age, and see what there is to offer if you live here in the Middle Tennessee area. Or even down in Alabama, we've got a group starting in Birmingham, as a matter of fact. Adam Spates, who's currently on the mission field in Nicaragua, will come off after this summer. It's a full count first pitch foul ball by Harris. Count remains full. Just started that group down there. They had a 4-team high school fall league down in Birmingham. So Adam and Charlie Spates have been on the mission field, and Chinandega, Nicaragua, will bring their boys home after the mission season this summer. Tapper down the first base line. It will roll foul. Picked up by Taylor down there at first base. Harris will come back and try it again. Michaela Fuqua will hand back her stick. Sunny day, flag out there at center field. Not waving like it was yesterday. Full count pitch. Outside. Harris draws a leadoff walk. Simon, in 127 innings, only had 35 of those a year ago. Hit 10 batters, but 0.99 ERA for Emily Simon. She starts to go, but does not continue on to second base. Strike called on Fuqua. From Decatur, Alabama, Austin High School grad, nursing major here at VolState, daughter of Jeffrey and Lena Fuqua. Hello to granddad in Cortland, Alabama, and grandma in Decatur. Pitches outside, throw down to second base is not in time. So both leadoff batters have stolen second base. Fuqua now hitting with 1 ball, 1 strike count. Freshman. Was a teammate with Katie Davis down in Austin High School. Fouls that one off toward the VolState bullpen. 2-0. Wallace State leads. 1 unearned run and 1 earned run in the first inning. Back-to-back hits. Got the party started for Wallace State. Nice eye by Fuqua. Count goes 2-2. Brian Drake, assistant coach here at VolState in his first years, coaching at first base. Christian Lynn down at third base. Popped up into left center field. That's going to get down and almost to the warning track. Harris is going to score easily. Michaela Fuqua with an RBI double, a dudette double off the bat of Michaela Fuqua. She trades places with Corey Harris, cuts the lead in half. That brings to the plate Erica Abbott. First pitch by Simon is outside. Abbott 1 for 3 in game 2 yesterday. She pinch hit in game 1. She looks at a called strike. Grounded out, so 1 for 4 on the day. Erica, a freshman from Summertown, Tennessee, accounting major. Daughter of Dwayne and Melody. It's off the glove of Simon. And that will allow another base runner as Fuqua moves to third. I'm not the official scorer, but I do offer my opinion. I'm going to, in my score sheet, going to give an error on Simon on that play. Lady Pioneers, with nobody out, Riley Lotzenheiser steps into the box. She had her first collegiate home run yesterday. Runner goes, and they're just going to let her go. Stolen base for Erica Abbott. The pitch was high to Lotzenheiser. That one goes inside. Riley, a freshman from Clarksville, Tennessee. She's a Hawk from Rossview High School, marketing major, the daughter of Mike and Miriam. Catches the outside corner at the letters. So far, 1 run in the inning and 2 more ducks out on the pond. Lotzenheiser with the open stance. Had a good cut at that one. Fouled it to the screen. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Corey Harris led off the inning with a walk, stole second, was driven in by Michaela Fuqua with a double in the left center field gap. Fuqua moved to third base on the ground ball back to Simon, the pitcher. Dropped out of her glove. There's a ground ball to short. They're going to go to first. Fuqua delayed, and she ends up scoring. Then Erica Abbott's going to be thrown out on the double play, but run does score. So an RBI ground out by Lotzenheiser. Normally in baseball, if you ground into a double play, you don't get an RBI, but that wasn't your conventional double play. I'm going to give her an RBI on my score sheet. I would advocate that that's not your typical. Another bunt, and let's see if that one will roll foul. It will not. Katie Davis had the nice spin, went down that first base line, and Taylor was waiting for it to roll foul, but it did not. Davis is on first base with 2 out. Marianne Bellevue will step in. Third or second hit in the inning. Bellevue, the DP, designated player, first year here at VolState. She will look at the first pitch. It's in there at the knees for a called strike. Marianne, a transfer from the University of the Cumberlands. She's from Rossville, Georgia, the daughter of Alicia Moore and Timothy Bellevue. Hello to Mama, Papa, and Nanny. A year ago for the University of Cumberland, she got in 3 games. Wearing the number 5 here with the white uniforms. I believe yesterday she was wearing number 27. Played second, had a little bit of an issue. She went to her knee. I thought maybe she had injured herself, but apparently has recovered quickly. Actually went into game number 2 when Corey Harris came into the circle. Played shortstop. Started game 1 at second base, went 0 for 3, 3 ground outs. And nearly got hit with that pitch. Fought it off with a handle. Count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes as Katie Davis was on the move. Davis, a sophomore, also from Decatur, Alabama. Katie's the daughter of Brian and Tina. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Katie Davis going to take off. Throw down is not in time. So she will reach second base on the wild pitch. She was not stealing. Two balls, 2 strikes showing up on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. Another fister off to the right side. Katie Davis out there on second base a year ago, played in 51 games, started 49, had 19 stolen bases in 20 attempts. Hit .404 for the season. Changeup misses high. Full count. Ministries full count to Marianne Bellevue. She swings and fouls that one off her body. It might have hit her again if she hadn't swung, so that's 2 times. Marianne, you're going to have to get the target off of you. Beliveau. Rossview, Georgia, just outside of Chattanooga. Over across the Georgia line. Getting a chance to play early, and she'll take ball 4. Throw down to third base as Katie Davis slides in on the outfield side. She surprised me with her delayed steal, but just got in. Sorry I didn't let you folks in on the fun there, but I was so surprised that she took off. And I was watching. Second walk of the inning by Emily Simon. She's going to face the 7th batter, Bailey Osbrooks. Osbrooks looks at another pitch that was inside. Simon moving the ball around. Bailey is a sophomore returning player, second team all-conference a year ago, as newly appointed head coach Lauren Stewart will go out and talk to pitcher and infield. Osbrook's sophomore from Scottsville, Kentucky, a nursing major here at VolState, the daughter of Jamie and Brittany Osbrooks. Hello to Nana in Scottsville, Kentucky. A year ago, Bailey started and played in 44 games for the Lady Pioneers, who finished third place in the TCCAA. 22-10 conference record, 37-14 overall. Went 3-2 in the conference tournament. We are back ready to play. Catches the corner at the letters. Osbrook slugged 12 home runs a year ago, 49 RBIs, hit .371. Another one high and tight. Runners at the corner, brought to you by Line to Line. Thanks to the Marbets, Bill Marbet, Stephen Dotson, Lee Marbet. Provide dirt and field care through Line to Line and Game Time Sports Fields, not only here at the softball complex, but up at Pioneer Field and the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex as well. 3-1 pitch. Popped up in the infield. Emily Simon looks like she's going to get out of this as Brandy Phillips moves over to make the catch for out number 3 to retire the Lady Pioneers. But they send 7 to the plate as Osbrook's just barely missed that one. 2 walks in the inning, 2 hits, a double by Michaela Fuqua and a bunt single by Katie Davis. Also a key error by the pitcher, Emily Simon. So 2 runs. I'll have to do some figuring to make sure to see what was earned and what wasn't. 2 hits, 1 error, 2 runners left on base. We're 3-1. Scheduled for 7. It's 2-2. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Welcome back to the campus of Volunteer State Community College. This is Tim Reese on the VolState Sports Network. Glad to have you all listening and watching today, wherever you may be found. So we have a lot of Wallace State fans. Happy to be able to provide this service to you folks as well. Laura Walker out in the circle for VolState, facing Brandy Phillips, shortstop and number 6 hitter for the Lady Lions. Preseason ranked number 3 in the country. That's right down the can. Phillips, a freshman infielder. Information I have does not tell me where she's from, but several new players on this squad, understand, did lose about 5 or 6 in the fall. So they came to this game, their first game of the year, with 16 players. Walker falls behind 3 balls and a strike to the leadoff batter. And the 3-1, they'll stay inside. First walk of the game by Laura Walker. She had 2 in her first appearance against Snead State. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Haley Hollyhand will step to the plate. Hollyhand, also a freshman. Swings from the left side as they wear their navy blues and white tops. Attempted a bunt. Fouled it back. Not sure if you can see it on the screen, but got a navy blue pinstripe going through the white. Lions across the front. Another bunt popped up, and the catch is made. Sorry, I switched that camera angle. You had a better angle on the close-up as Laura Walker makes the catch there. One out. Corinne Knapp was coming in right in front of Walker. No bunt attempt there as Emily Hall, the catcher, looks at ball 1. Just riding solo here, folks. No director today, so I'm handling the computer and everything that's here. Not quite as used to it on the softball side as I am in baseball, but once again, A.J. Fawson making it as easy as he possibly can for this old guy to sit here and tell you about the softball game that's being played in front of you. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. In the dirt. Dug out of there by Osbrooks. Walker having a little bit of trouble with the strike zone here to Emily Hall. Hall's a sophomore. Drills one to deep left field that is well foul, but not sure if it would have been out or not, but was well struck. Changeup misses high and away. We'll have a full count. Ministries full count. On deck, Caroline Cartron. Walker looking for that double play on a ground ball to a middle infielder here. Corey Harris playing straight up at short, and she's going to walk the second batter in this inning, putting runners at first and second. Down at the bottom of the lineup, not typically something you want to see. Now, Wallace State may be stacked 1 through 9 as the number 3 team in the country, but definitely don't want to be throwing to the top 4 in most lineups with runners on. That one slapped down the third baseline, foul. Cartron, number 9 hitter. Also a sophomore. Hit .400 a year ago. 95 official plate appearances. 38 hits, 5 doubles, 3 triples. It's a ground ball to short. That's going to be an error on the throw. Corey Harris throwing from her knees. Cut off there by Corey Harris. They may have the runner. And another run's going to score. They're still working on getting the out as Harris ultimately makes the put out on Carton. So she reaches on an error. Fielder's choice. Actually, Hall moves to second on the error. Brandy Phillips also scores. See if we can figure all this out. There's nobody on base. I believe 2 runs came in and an out was recorded. So tough play there by Harris, who attempted to get the force out at second. But the throw goes into right field. And that allowed Brandy Phillips to score from second base. Emily Hall came all the way around, as well as Cartron got into the old-fashioned pickle. And I won't even attempt to try to figure out all the gloves that touched that one. I'll let the official scorer do that, or they can go back and watch it on this recording on YouTube. It'll stay saved there. Don't have any idea how long it'll stay. Stay for a long time as leadoff batter McKinnon Howard attempts to lay one down. Two runs in, 4-2. Wallace State leads. Change-up swung on and missed. 2 walks in the inning. And they both have come in to score. Nice 0-2 pitch there. Don't want to get too fat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gracie Ashley, the assistant coach down at first base. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was sinking, I guess, as it got to the plate. First strikeout of the ball game for Laura Walker. Ends up giving up 2 runs. Again, I'll have to do some figuring to see earned or not, but Wallace State takes the lead. 2 more in the top of the second. We'll be right back on the VolState Sports Network. Move to the bottom of the second inning. Lady Pioneers will send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate to face Emily Simon. Hitting from the left side, Shelby Green from Milan, Tennessee, looks at strike 1. She'll be a sonography major, daughter of Todd and Janet Green. Hello to Granddad and Gigi in Trenton and Kay in Milan, Tennessee. Maybe listening in on the VolState Sports Network on YouTube. Shelby started game 1 yesterday's doubleheader. Went 0 for 2 with a walk. That one just misses. Got in as a defensive replacement in the second ball game out in right field. Did not get a plate appearance. Now looking at a 3-ball, 1-strike count. On deck, Corinne Knapp. Emily Simon delivers. Fisted down the left field line, third base line, and goes foul. Bring us to another full count. Ministries full count. Christian Lynn was the assistant coach for his father for, I believe, 4 years. Now running the operation here for Lady Pioneers. Again, Brian Drake, his assistant coach, long time girls softball coach. As that changeup misses inside. Ball 4 and a leadoff walk. Third walk of the ball game for Simon. Just knocking the rust off, I guess. She had 35 of those in 127 innings, so I don't think there's probably a lot of games that she had 3 walks in the game. Corinne Knapp steps to the plate. Knapp, a sophomore from Woodbridge, Virginia. That one's going to catch that outside corner. Transfer from Longwood University. General Studies major here. Daughter of Rance and Pam Knapp. Hello again to Grandma Lynn in Columbia Falls, Montana. She gets one off the hands over to Taylor at first base. Her only play will be to the bag. Will ground out 3 unassisted for Knapp. Green moves down to second base. On the put out, Corey Harris steps to the plate. At a leadoff walk to begin the bottom of the first and scored the Framework Athletics first run of the game for VolState. Squares the bunt, takes a strike. No wind. About 55 degrees in yesterday's contest, but the wind kicking up a little bit made it feel a lot colder. Ground ball up the middle, and that will sneak through. There's interference or obstruction there. Oh, they're going to call interference, runner interference, who did not get out of the way of shortstop Brandy Phillips to allow her to play the ball. So there's now 2 outs as Harris reaches on the runner interference. And brings up Michaela Fuqua. So a called strike. Folks, I've scored a lot of games, but don't score a whole lot of games where that happens. So that's one of those I have to look up. But Shelby Green out on runner interference. Fuqua lets that pitch go outside to throw down to second base, not in time. Harris steals her second base of the ball game. Fuqua, who doubled in the left center field with Harris at second base in the first, looking to have a repeat performance here in the bottom of the second. There's a ground ball to short. Quickly up with it is Phillips over to Taylor, and that finishes the bottom of the second. So a promising inning there with a leadoff walk, but ground out, runner interference, and another ground out. Ends the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. One runner left on base. We are through 2 innings here at VolState in the game between a Region 7 team in Division 1 and a Region 22 team, Wallace State versus VolState. You're watching and listening on the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese back for the top of the 3rd inning. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Wallace State. First pitch swinging into right field is Bailey Rouse. 1 pitch, 1 out. She flies out. She singled and scored in the 1st inning. And Laura Lee Wheeler steps to the plate. Reached on a fielder's choice, then was promptly thrown out at second base, trying to move up. Another swing and a first pitch popped up. Here comes Lotzenheiser, and she drops the pop-up, try to catch it Willie Mays style with her arms extended. Jessie Taylor, who's over in the on-deck circle or on-deck area. There's not an actual circle there, but she didn't move. But Lotzenheiser might have been bothered by her, but could have made the catch. Did get close to the screen, though. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Wheeler with 1 out. Changeup drilled down the left field line. It'll go foul. Katie Davis will retrieve it in the corner. Laura Walker out for her 3rd inning of work, giving up 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings. But according to my calculations, only one of those runs was earned. The 2 in the 2nd inning were walks, but an error was instrumental in both of those runs scoring. Fastball misses up. Folks, you can tell I'm probably not a softball guy because maybe an experienced softball announcer would say that's a rise ball. My terminology not that good. It popped up in the infield. Erica Abbott over to make the catch for out number 2. I've watched thousands of baseball games, played in hundreds. My softball experience, though, is probably less than 30. It's a firm pitch in there to Jessie Taylor for a called strike. Walker looking for a 1-2-3 inning after facing 10 in the first two. There's a pitch, just catches that corner. Inside, now Taylor down on the count 0-2. She had a sacrifice fly in the first inning, drove in Bailey Rouse, the second run of the ball game. 0-2 pitch down. Corinne Knapp at third, Corey Harris at short, Erica Abbott second base, Riley Lotzenheiser at first, Bailey Osbrooks behind the plate. Katie Davis in left, Shelby Green in center, and Michaela Fuqua in right. Another pop-up, this one to the right side. Erica Abbott will come over and make the catch for out number 3. There is the 1-2-3 inning for Laura Walker. And that is 2, 3, and 4 of the Lady Lions lineup. So going right through the teeth of it. Laura Walker got to be gaining some confidence. We'll take a break. We head to the bottom of the third. You listen to the VolState Sports Network. Erica Abbott will lead off the bottom of the third. Emily Simon out for her third inning of work. Abbott reached on a error off the glove of Simon in the first inning. She'll square to bunt. First pitch misses outside as Rouse was charging from third base. Another pitch misses outside the zone. On deck, Riley Lotzenheiser, wearing number 44 today, 00 yesterday. That one looked good as Abbott, a couple steps toward the pitcher there, let that one go by. Women's and men's basketball tonight at Columbia State. Hopefully Columbia State will be live streaming that one. Change up misses down. Basketball will be back home on Saturday night, or actually Saturday afternoon, I believe, 2 and 4 at the Pickle Field House. Depending on whether or not it rains and rains out the ball game for the VolState baseball team, as to whether or not I will be broadcasting that game. There's a strike right down the can. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Why do I have 3-2 on the... That is 3-2. The scoreboard is wrong. Full count Ministries, full count to Erica Abbott. She fouls one at the plate. That'll go off lower left foot, looks like. Well, her left foot, which is on the lower part of her body. Scoreboard still shows 2 balls and 2 strikes up there. All-world trainer Justin McKinney also wearing another hat. I think he's scoring the game. Ground ball to first. That'll be an easy play for Jesse Taylor. Route number 1. Lotzenheiser steps in. She grounded out to third. Drove in the second run of the game as Fuqua scored on the throw over from Rouse. Lotzenheiser hit a screamer out of here to dead center yesterday. 2-run home run. Her first collegiate home run. There'll be a few more of those as changeup gets in there. Strong young lady. One of about 4 or 5 of the softball players that helped me on my basketball broadcast earlier in the season. Had to pull them out of the concession stand. Just going to look at a fastball that stayed inside. There's one up the middle. That'll be another base hit for Lotzenheiser. She was 1 for 3 in the second game in yesterday's doubleheader. Was 1 for 3 in game 1 with that 2-run home run. Drove in the 2 runs. And Katie Davis steps to the plate. 1 out and 1 on. Third hit of the ball game for the Lady Pioneers. Looking for a couple runs to tie this game up. Katie Davis will bunt. It's going to be a tough play as Rouse comes in and has nothing to do but eat that one. A second bunt hit by Katie Davis. She can scoot. Marianne Bellevue will step in with 1 out and 2 on. Bellevue walked, but was stranded at first base to end the first inning. On deck, Bailey Osbrooks. First pitch from Emily Simon in there for a called strike. Softball complex located on the opposite end of the campus from the baseball field. Softball complex visible from the main road here. There's drive in the left field, but that will be caught. Almost a half swing there by Bellevue. Hollyhan makes the catch. Runners have to stay put. Now 2 outs. Yesterday, John A. Logan made a living on 2-out RBI hits. See if the Lady Pioneers can do that here in the bottom of the third. Down by 2. Bailey Osbrooks, second team all-conference utility player a year ago. Started to go there, but nearly hit in the hands. Lady Pioneers, as the Lady Lions have lost significant players from a year ago, had 2 first-team all-conference players that have left. Sydney Harris and Grace Gregory both landed on another Lions squad, the University of North Alabama Lady Lions. Killian Roberts now at Appalachian State. She was second team all-conference. Osbrooks takes ball 2. Or is that ball 3? I've got 3 on my counter. See if Brad Sloan, there he goes, puts up that left hand with 3 balls indicated on that left hand. 3-0 pitch coming to Osbrooks. Try to get something to hit here. Shelby Green on deck. Ooh, she does not Fall for that. Pitch right down the can. Not sure if the take was on or not, but. Three-one pitch. Ball four. And the bases are loaded for freshman Shelby Green. Fourth walk of the ball game by Emily Simon. Osbrooks was 1 for 3 in both games of the doubleheader yesterday. Batted in the 3-hole and the 4-hole. Now moved down to the 7th spot. Shelby Green, the 8th hitter in the lineup. Looks at ball one. Green walked to lead off the second. Got down to second base on a ground out, but ran into shortstop Brandy Phillips and was called out for runner interference. There's a good swing on a good pitch right there, but fouled it off to the left side. Haley Hollyhand, I bet that happens a lot. Haley Hollyhand in left, McKinnon Howard in center, Caroline Cartron in right field. Pitch misses up and in. There is activity in the Wallace State bullpen. If it's according to the roster that I have, it's Lily Boswell that's warming up, number 12. 2-1 pitch. Misses out. Snow catches the outside corner. Wide zone there. And Shelby Green going to have to swing at anything close here with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the bases loaded. 4-2, Wallace State leads. 2 in the first, 2 in the second. No decision need to be made there. Well, a full count. Ministries full count. The runners will be moving as the ball crosses the plate, I believe is when that's allowed, or maybe it's allowed as the ball leaves the circle. See if I can pick up on that right now. I don't know that rule, so I apologize, folks. You have a inexperienced, and it's as soon as it comes out. Popped up to the third baseman in foul territory, but Rouse can't get that one, so we'll try it all over again. So maybe it's as soon as it leaves her hand. That's what I'm going to go with. Final answer. Didn't need to phone a friend or do 50-50. That's what I'm going with. Corinne Knapp on deck. She's going to get an at-bat as a run is walked in. RBI to Green and the 5th walk of the game. Brings in Lutzenizer. Katie Davis moves over to third. Osbrooks moves down to second. And the deficit now down to 1 as Corinne Knapp steps to the plate. Drives one out to center field. Howard back, and she will make the over-the-shoulder running catch for out number 3. Knapp gave it a ride. A nice play by McKinnon Howard. She was playing relatively deep to begin with, but a running catch as she got right to the warning track. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and 3 runners left on base. The Lady Pioneers have left 6 on base in the first 3 innings. But they cut the deficit down to 1, 4-3. We head to the 4th. We're scheduled for 7. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Welcome back to junior college softball here on the campus of Volunteer State Community College. 4-3 Wallace State from Hanceville, Alabama, just outside of Birmingham, has the lead. Their first ball game of the season. Lauren Stewart in charge of the Lady Lions, standing down at third base. 5, 6, and 7 are scheduled to face Laura Walker in inning number 4. Did not get into the 4th inning in her first start. Had a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd, and looks like going to get the 5 in a row here is fly ball out to Fuquay in right field. So 5 straight retired. Brandy Phillips steps to the plate. Walked and scored in the 2nd. Rise ball outside. On deck, Haley Hollyhand. Missed just a little bit up with that pitch. Count goes 2 balls, no strikes. Only 2 hits for the Lady Lions, and that was the first 2 batters of the ball game. Howard and Rouse had singles through the left side. There's a swing and a foul tip. See, athletic director Bobby Hudson has come up the steps. I anticipate he'll come into the press box. There he comes. Been an athletic director here for a bunch of years. There's a smash down just to the left of Knapp at third base. She could not handle that hard ground ball. So the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Lady Lions. Was that the announcer's curse? I say no. Of course, I am the announcer. Hollyhand popped out to the pitcher. Looks at a strike called on that outside corner. As a fly ball to left field, should be a can of corn for Katie Davis. She's still going back, though. Makes the catch. Runner is tagging and is in there with a head-first slide. So a productive out. The ball just kept going back and back as Katie Davis did not give up on it. So now 2 outs and a runner at second. As Emily Hall, the catcher, steps in. She walked and scored in the 2nd. Walker puts one right down the middle for Hall. A 1 pitch popped up off to the right side. See if this will get into the stands, and it will. That was close. Does not appear that anyone was injured with that foul ball. Count goes no balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. On deck, Caroline Cartron. Just a little up with that 0-2 pitch. Lady Pioneers will play in Poplar Bluff. I believe it's Monday as line drive foul down the left field line. It is. Three Rivers College be back here on the 17th to play Wabash Valley in a doubleheader. That'll be a week from this coming Saturday, so they only have the 2 games between now and 10 days from now. Another foul ball. She picks the other line to go after now. Line drive down the right field line. It goes foul. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. To the backstop for the Lady Lions, Emily Hall. Ground ball off of her lower left leg, looks like. She's fouled 3 straight off. She'd rather have that one go somewhere other than off her body as she's trying to walk that one off. Hall played in 12 games a year ago. 2 hits in 9 official at-bats. A starting catcher here in game 1 for Wallace State. And a 4th straight pop-up. I may be a novice at this softball game, but I'm pretty sure it's not 5 fouls and you're out in this league. She can keep on fouling them off as long as Laura Walker keeps pumping them in there. It doesn't foul that one off, and that's going to split the gap. 1 run's going to score. She's going to try to get a double. Throw to second base is not handled by Abbott, and there's a RBI double as Wallace State gets the run back that they gave up in the bottom of the 3rd with a 2-out knock. Scores Brandy Phillips. So now that play where she moves up on the fly out to left field is looking very important. Not sure that she would not have scored. I'll just tell you that. That would have been runners at 2nd and 3rd right now with 2 outs and Caroline Cartron on. So heads up play by Phillips to move up. First pitch to Cartron, misses outside the zone. Katie Davis has moved toward the left field line. Shelby Green just a little offset from dead center, and she's going to have a chance at this one that is hit into left center field. Green makes the catch, but not before Wallace State picks up another run to move the deficit back to 2. So 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We are through 3.5 innings. Wallace State leads 5-3. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Emily Simon still in the ball game for Wallace State. comes out for the bottom of the fourth inning. As looks like action is going to continue down in the bullpen. Top of the order for the Lady Pioneers. Corey Harris looks at a pitch in the dirt. She's walked and reached on a runner interference. Batting for the third time here in the contest. She stays healthy. She'll be a fixture in that leadoff spot all year long for VolState. Squares around a bunt, takes one down low. Harris walked 17 times a year ago, led the team with hit by pitches. 5, only struck out 12 times. Takes that one for a strike. Sees a lot of pitches in her at-bats. Looking to set the table for Fuqua, Abbott, and Lotzenheiser here in the fourth. Three straight freshmen follow Harris as that one is grounded to the plate. Corey Harris, Katie Davis, Bailey Osbrooks. Only 3 players in the 9 that back from last year. She's going to draw another walk. That is the 6th walk of the game by Emily Simon. And timeouts called as Emily Hall, probably instructed by head coach Lauren Stewart, to go out and chat, maybe to give relief pitcher, I assume that's still Lily Boswell, it is, who's warming up in the bullpen. 35 walks a year ago in 127 innings. I'm guessing Emily Simon is not used to walking that many players in a ball game. Michaela Fuqua steps to the plate. She's 1 for 2. Had a dudette double in the first inning, driving in that Framework Athletics first run of the game. Framework Athletics were the Lady Pioneers softball team and the men's baseball team. Stolen base 3 for Corey Harris. Pitch called a strike as it was taken by Fuqua. Corey Harris gets on first base. You can bet in the first couple pitches she's going to take off. Third time that Fuqua bats with Harris on second base. Looks at another one. Harris a little more than a third of the way toward third on every pitch. Ooh, that caught apparently right at the letters. And on that outside corner for a called strike. Brad Sloan has that little wider outside corner. That's where I thought that last one was, but apparently that one was a little bit farther out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lady Pioneers trailing 5-3 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Fly ball to left side, it should be easy play for Hollyhand, and it is for out number 1. Harris stays at second base. Erica Abbott will step in. second baseman for the Lady Pioneers. She's 0 for 2. Reached on an error and grounded out to first base. Pitch misses just a little bit inside. Preseason number 3 ranking for the Region 22 Division 1 Wallace State Lady Lions. Sinker stays down. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. Three runs, 4 hits for VolState. 5 runs, 4 hits for Wallace State. 3 balls, no strikes to Abbott with Lotzenheiser standing on deck. Riley likes to come to the plate with runners on, and she's going to get a chance to bat with 2 on as the 7th walk. Lady Pioneers have only plated 1 of those 7 walks. Going to need to take advantage right now. Compared to baseball and softball, it gets late early, as Yogi would say. Catches the knees. Lotzenheiser with a crouched open stance. As I said, she hit a screamer out of here to dead center. That was a no-doubter in the dirt, and runners both go. I'm slow on the trigger again. Wild pitch moves Abbott to second and Harris to third. It's imperative in softball. You got to read that dirt ball and take off. A slow roller to shortstop. It's going to score 1. Lotzenheiser got jammed on that one. But an RBI ground out, her second RBI of the contest. Now 2 outs as Harris scores her second run of the ball game. Abbott moves up to third. Timeout called by Christian Lynn to talk to Katie Davis. Who is going to step to the plate with 2 outs and a runner, a tying run on at third base. So no hits in the inning, but 2 walks as Corey Harris has walked twice and scored twice. Was doubled in by Fuqua in the first, and now ground out has produced run number 4. 5-4, Wallace State leads in the bottom of the 4th. Katie Davis and Marianne Bellevue, who's on deck. Emily Simon looking into her dugout. Get some communication. Davis has 2 bunt singles. Third baseman charges. And Phillips comes in from shortstop to hold Abbott tight to the bag there. Davis 2 for 2 with 2 bunts. She'll lay another one down, picked up quickly by Rouse at third, and she gets Katie Davis. Nice play by Bailey Rouse. Nice bunt, but she was charging hard. And a nice throw on the run to retire Davis. VolState gets within 1 again. 1 run, no hits. no errors. One runner left on base. We are through 4 innings. 5-4, Wallace State leads. Be right back for the top of the 5th on the VolState Sports Network. Thank you for joining us on the VolState Sports Network. Beautiful sunny day here in Middle Tennessee, 20 miles northeast of Music City. See what the current temperature shows here. 65 degrees. They said mostly sunny or partly sunny or something today. It hadn't been nothing but sunny here as that ball is laid down on a bunt, just barely able to get McKinnon Howard, speedy leadoff batter. Laura Walker makes the play over to Erica Abbott for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Bailey Rouse, who made that outstanding play from third base to end the bottom of the 4th, steps to the plate. Walker checks her wristband for the pitch selection and delivers. That side of the plate is not getting the love from home plate umpire Brad Sloan like the other side is for the left-handed batters. And again, I can see the plate. I can't see up and down from my vantage point, but I believe maybe both of our umpires are also firefighters in their regular jobs. There's a smash into left field. A base hit by the diving Corey Harris, who made 2 outstanding plays in yesterday's contest after she left the circle. And runners at first and second, she dove and got the force out 2 straight plays at third base. Unable to come up with that one as Rouse now 2 for 3. Laura Lee Wheeler 0 for 2. Strike called. Throw gets away from Walker. Rouse not able to advance. Game now an hour and a half old here. A little bit of a slower moving game. A lot of walks on one side, 7. Two for Laura Walker. In her second appearance, second start of the young season, freshman. That's drilled out to left center field. This may not be coming back. That is over the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard for a 2-run home run. Laura Lee Wheeler. That's a no-doubter. Laura Lee led the Lady Lions in home runs and RBIs. Total bases a year ago, she had 11. Big flies of 56 RBIs. And puts the Lady Lions up 7-4. Jesse Taylor, who's 0 for 1, steps to the plate. Those runs were earned. Timeout is called as Christian Lynn will go out, try to settle the young right-hander down a bit. Don't see anybody warming in the bullpen. Back-to-back hits, a single and a home run. Christian Lynn comes back, and we'll have a pitching change as I guess Madison Croxford was warming up at the beginning of this inning. She'll come in to relieve Laura Walker. We'll take a quick break and come right back, tell you about Croxford in 30 seconds. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Madison Croxford on for her first appearance in relief of the season, third appearance of the year. First pitch swinging is Jesse Taylor, grounds that one foul. Laura Walker finishes the day with 4 1/3 innings. 6 hits, 7 runs. I've got 4 are earned. Struck out 1 batter and gave up that 2-run home run. Popped up, fisted that bill, just get into the green over the head of Abbott as Taylor picks up her first base hit of the afternoon. It's 3 straight hits for the Lions. Tessa Word steps in. Croxford started game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday, went 3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, walked 1, struck out 1. Those stats are according to my score sheet, so may not be official. But did get the victory in a 9-1 outing against Snead State. She went 5 innings in that game that ended early, 8-run rule after 5 innings. So she gave up 6 hits, 1 run. It was not earned. Walked 6, struck out 1. So scattered 6 walks and 6 hits to give up only 1 unearned run. 2 balls and a strike to the designated player, Tessa Word, who's 0 for 2. Jesse Taylor on at first base. Madison Croxford, a sophomore from Station Camp High School here in the Hendersonville, Sumner County area. Also a pre-nursing major, the son of Ben and Amy son. That's baseball, folks. The daughter of Ben and Amy Croxford, as she walks word. Teammate from last year, Bailey Osbrooks, will go out, have a chat. Katie Davis still on the left. Shelby Green in center. Michaela Fuqua still in right field. Left to right across the infield is Knapp, Harris, Abbott, and Lotzenheiser. Brandy Phillips, a shortstop. Been on base both times she's come to the plate. Walked and scored in the second, singled and scored in the fourth. 7-4. Lady Lions have taken 3-run lead. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Wallace State has been aggressive on that first pitch quite a few times here in this contest. Another changeup that floats in there for a called strike. One out. Lady Pioneers looking for a do-dat double play. You don't see a lot of ground ball double plays. At least I hadn't. It's low and outside. Osbrooks, nice play to keep that one from going to the backstop. On deck, Haley Hollyhand. Rise ball up high. Madison Croxville has a grandma named Harmony. Lives in Billerica, Massachusetts. And I believe she wrote down a mama in Florence, South Carolina. At least that's what she calls her grandma, in Florence, South Carolina. Change up, misses up. But Full Count Ministries, full count. A year ago, she had 29 appearances in the circle, 24 starts, 15-6 record. Lowest ERA on the squad at 2.97, 134 innings of work. Not a lot of strikeouts, but as there's a base hit up the middle. Green up with it quickly, and the throw home is cut off by Croxford. Bases are now loaded. Fourth hit of the inning to go with the one walk. Haley Hollyhand will step to the plate. Let's see, we're going to probably have a pinch runner out there at second base. Be my guess. And there is a pinch runner. Got some changes in their numbering as well. Number 9, Jaden Foster, freshman. Pinch runner for Tessa Word. First pitch to Hollyhand, misses outside. Ground ball back to Croxford. What the Lady Pioneers looking for right here, or a strikeout. That one catches that outside corner. Wind picking up a little bit, blowing softly out toward left center field. Changeup popped up into right field. That's going to get down. Fuqua gets it back into the infield, but a single and an RBI. It's the 8th run of the ball game in for Wallace State. Everybody moves up 60 feet. That one not hard hit, but well placed for Hollyhand, who picks up her first hit and RBI of the game. 3 runs in the inning. Emily Hall steps in. Leadoff batter McKinnon Howard was retired, the first batter of the inning. 3 straight hits, a walk, and then 2 more hits. They have plated 3 runs and loaded the bases. The biggest blow was Laura Lee Wheeler's first home run of the year, a 2-run shot over the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard in left center field. Rise ball misses up. Lady Pioneers lost game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday, 4-3, as John A. Logan scored a run in the top of the 7th to break the tie. Then lost 9-4 in game 2, and now losing 8-4. A 3-ball, 1-strike count on Emily Hall with Cartron on deck. Pop up into shallow left field. Katie Davis going to make the catch. Will not make the throw as Foster bluffed with 1 step and did not go. So fly out. Now 2 outs. Bases still loaded. Caroline Cartron 0 for 2. Number 9 hitter in the order. And a line drive into right center field. That'll score 2. RBIs 2 for Cartron. And they have batted around in the 5th. McKinnon Howard will get her second plate appearance of the inning. Bluff bunt attempt. Be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is here if Cartron heads down to second base. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Five-run inning here in the top of the 5th. Blowing this one open a little bit. 6-run deficit. Looks like Corey Harris is going to come and cut off a throw from Osbrooks if Cartron takes off. Erica Abbott, the second baseman, is heading toward second. A bunt foul ball. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and 2 on. 6 hits in the inning. 1 walk. Not too many cheap hits either, though. And the 2-2 pitch. There's one little just served into left field, and it gets by Davis. 1 run scores. See if they're going to try. They will not attempt to score Cartron from first. But a double for McKinnon Howard, her second hit. And the 7th hit in the inning. An 11-4. Wallace State leads. Bailey Rouse, who started the whole rally off, swings again at the first pitch. Fouls that one back. Rouse 2 for 3, scored 2 runs. Popped up to the right side. Fuquay over, and now Shelby Green's going to come over and make the catch to mercifully put this inning to rest for the Lady Pioneers. But 6 runs, all earned on 7 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on. 11-4, Wallace State leads over VolState. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese back for the bottom of the 5th inning. Little delay as Coach Christian Lynn down at third base talking to the home plate umpire, Brad Sloan. Not sure what that was about. Pretty sure it wasn't about Super Bowl plans for this Sunday. Not to say that they're not friendly toward one another, but I would doubt that umpires are socializing with coaches that they work for. Marianne Bellevue steps to the plate. She's 0 for 1 with a walk. Down by 7. Emily Simon still out in the circle, gets called strike. Have not been advised of any changes in the defense for Wallace State. Bellevue swings at another pitch headed for her shins. She's fought off a few pitches today. Bailey Osbrooks standing on deck. That one grounded up to the plate. Osbrooks just got a different bat from the dugout. Not sure what that was about. If she steps to the plate, it's going to be hard to hit a 7-run home run if they're still down by 7. Looking for base runners here in the inning. Ground ball to short. An easy play for Phillips over to Taylor. Bellevue got jammed again. Osbrooks 0 for 1, also walked. Emily Simon has worked around 7 free passes today. Only given up 4 hits. 2 of those were to Katie Davis on bunts. Osbrooks hits one into the hole. Phillips up and in the dirt dugout nicely by Taylor. 2 ground outs to the shortstop to begin the 5th. Shelby Green, 2 out, nobody on, steps to the plate. First pitch she sees, catches the outside corner for a called strike. Green has walked both times she's faced Simon. On deck, Corinne Knapp. Green started to go and let that one go. Howard out in center field, playing relatively deep. Though it is the regular spot, you can see the worn area out there in center, swing and a miss. Holly Hand in left, playing behind the worn area in left field. Cartron pulled over toward the line and right. One-two pitch coming from Emily Simon. Slow roller to short. Phillips up and quickly to Taylor, and it's a Brandy Phillips and Jesse Taylor inning. All 3 assists go to Phillips, and all 3 putouts go to Taylor. 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. As VolState goes quietly in the 5th. 11-4, down by 7. We are headed to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. To the top of the 6th we go. Madison Croxford back out in the circle for Lady Pioneers. She will face 3, 4, and 5 in the Wallace State lineup. And Laura Lee Wheeler, who's 1 for 3, hit a no doubt home run over the left center field wall and Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard in the 5th. 2-run shot. She looks at the first pitch in there for a called strike. Wheeler hit .405 a year ago. Led the team in doubles, home runs, RBIs, and total bases. It was tied with games played with 56. They played 59 with a 52-7 record. So a key part. The 4th highest batting average. Fisted, that will get into the glove of Erica Abbott. Several of those today have been getting over Abbott's head, but that one not hit hard enough. Jesse Taylor will get into the box. Looks like Jaden Foster is going to stay in as the designated player and get an at-bat. She's on deck. Came in as a pinch runner for Tessa Word last inning. First pitch to Taylor misses inside. About 30 minutes between games, and we'll get back on another live stream for second game today. It'll be a scramble, though. Normally is. Takes a while for the teams to get the lineups up to the press box. I'm a perfectionist, so it's a bit of a scramble for me. I like to have my score sheet already filled out by the time that we start the contest. 3 balls, no strikes now to Taylor. That doesn't usually happen. Second game of a doubleheader. Six-run fifth inning has blown this one open. A 3-0 pitch catches the upper left arm of Jesse Taylor. So instead of getting a walk, she's going to take a hit by pitch, the first of those of the day. And now Jaden Foster will step in. Her first plate appearance. It's a ground ball to second. Get the out at second. Throw gets by Lotzenheiser, and she retrieves, but Foster able to scoot on down to second base on the errant throw by Corey Harris. Now 2 out with a runner at second base. Brandy Phillips, the shortstop, been on base all 3 times. Walk, scored, single scored, single scored. Started to take a hack at that one, but a little bit taken off of that one by Croxford. Phillips subscribing to the theory, never fooled on a first strike. Another change up, maybe a little bit more off of that one. Out goes 2 balls and a strike. Big thanks also to Jersey Mike's Subs, located across the street from the VolState campus. A sub above, thanks to Michelle Fuller, the marketing department, of Julie Garrett Johnson, the manager at the location at 940 Commons Drive. Popped up in the infield. Abbott and Harris come together, but Harris gives Abbott a nice little hug after Erica made the catch for out number 3. It was on the right side of the diamond, so glad nobody got crushed there for out number 3. No runs, no hits. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on base. We are through 5.5. 11-4. VolState has 2 innings to get back in this one. And we'll have a new pitcher. Tell you as much as we know when we come back on the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese on the VolState Sports Network. We are back with a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Lady Lions. All we know is she's wearing number 12, and on the roster it says her name is Lily Boswell, freshman. Could say she's from Montgomery, Alabama. Could say she's from Mobile, Alabama. She might even be from right here in Gallatin, Tennessee. I have no idea. She is on in relief of Emily Simon, who goes 5 innings. Gives up 4 hits, 4 runs that were earned. These are all unofficial again. 7 walks, no strikeouts. Gives up the circle to Lily Boswell. Has a 1-1 count on a 9-hole hitter, Corinne Knapp, who's 0 for 2. Rounds 1 between Coach Christian Lynn and the third base bag. Umpire looked like he came out of the stance behind home plate pretty quickly. Not sure if there was a balk or an illegal pitch called or not, but Knapp looking for her first hit of the year. Drives one off the fence. There it is. And a head first slide into second base. It's at the base of the fence. A leadoff double here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A due-dat double for Corinne Knapp. Out of Woodbridge, Virginia. Corey Harris, those sky blue batting gloves, steps up on fastball there from Boswell. Takes a strike. So congratulations to Corinne Knapp for her first hit as a Lady Pioneer. Big jump off the bag at second. That high fastball. Woodbridge, Virginia, located on I-95 just south of Washington, D.C., north of Quantico, Virginia. Spent a little bit of time there. Not Woodbridge, but Quantico. Strike called. Marine base there in Quantico, but I was there to attend the FBI Special Agent Academy almost 40 years ago. Drive down the right field line, but it will go foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. One of my favorite cities in all the world, Washington, D.C. Never been to New York City, so I can't say that that would be one. But a lot of history. Popped up down the left field. It will get down in front of a Hollyhand and roll behind her. 1 run will score. Harris is going to head first slide into third base with an RBI triple. So back-to-back extra base hits. The Pioneers have something cooking here in the bottom of the 6th. So a little looper that Hollyhand could not handle. Now 11-5, and Michaela Fuquay steps to the plate. Back-to-back extra base hits. Fuquay has a double in this contest as well. That was in the first inning, a line drive that split the gap in left center field. Went toward the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. Squares around the bunt, but pulls it back. Lily Boswell on in relief of Emily Simon. Been greeted rudely here in the bottom of the sixth. There's a called strike. Fuquay from Decatur, Alabama. 2 hours south on right off of I-65 from Nashville. Going to lay down a bunt. Picked up by Rouse at third. They're not going to get Fuquay at first base. There's another bunt single for VolState. Fuquay is now 2 for 4. Harris stays put at third base. Erica Abbott will get her 4th plate appearance, looking for her first hit of the ball game. 0 for 2 with a walk. Runners at the corners, brought to you by Line to Line. Provided netting and padding up at the baseball complex. Fuquay bluffs a steal attempt, but down by 6 runs. I would assume that VolState will play conservative here. Line to Line and Game Time Sports Field, providing infield dirt and leveling. Fuquay will take second base. I'm sorry, as that pitch was a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners now at second and third. First stolen base for Fuquay on the ball game. Pitch is down as activity down in the Lady Lions bullpen again. Swung in a foul ball off to the left side. Lots of sunshine here in Gallatin, Tennessee. Right now, Jesse Taylor down at first base, not appreciative of it. Abbott, let's see if she's able to hold up. Home plate umpire does not call a swing. They don't check yet with Easton Litton, and they won't. Full Count Ministries, full count. After game 2, stay tuned, and we'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. That one's popped up out of play. Give you the Bible verse of the day, brought to you by Full Count Ministries. I need to find somebody on the listening in, maybe a grandma or grandpa of one of these lady pioneers that want to send me an email and give me the verse of the game. There's ball 4. And the bases are now loaded. 8th walk of the game by Lady Lion pitching. First for Boswell. A double, a triple, a single, and a walk. And the only Lady Pioneer of the year thus far that has hit a big fly, Briley Lotzenheiser, steps to the plate. She's 1 for 3. Looking to make a dent in that 6-run lead. Hoping for a pitch to hit here from Lily Boswell. Grand slam here. Make this an interesting game. And there's a big swing. A pitch inside. Looked like Boswell may have taken just a little bit off of that one. On deck is Katie Davis. Not known as a home run hitter. Pitch misses outside. Corey Harris on at third, Michaela Fuquay at second, and Erica Abbott at first. Another one misses in tight. Lotzenheiser going to be expecting a pretty good pitch here on 3-1. Although it probably wouldn't be a bad idea that you don't want to get one right down Broadway to Lotzenheiser, who could put 4 on the board quickly, maybe pitch to Davis. Swing and a miss on a enticing pitch high and away. Brings us to another full count. Ministries full count. Several VolState baseball alums affiliated with Full Count Ministries. Josh Carmen, the director of baseball operations over at Full Count. Swing and a miss, and Boswell gets Lotzenheiser on strikes. Only the second strikeout of the ball game. And the first by Lady Lions pitching. That is the first out of the inning. Now Katie Davis steps in. She has 2 bunt singles and was close on a third. Ended up being thrown out by Rouse on a nice play. Swing and a miss. Davis trying to punch one to the left side. Pesky ladybug that trying to travel in front of my camera on the window in front of me. Had to send that one fly. Bunt attempt fouled over to the on-deck circle. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. Can't see the number. One ball, 2 strike pitch to Davis. She looks at strike 3 called. So back-to-back strikeouts. And Lily Whirling, wearing number 33 in the home whites from Cordova, Alabama. Transfer from the University of North Alabama, steps to the plate. Lily pinch hit in game 2 of yesterday's ball game, went 0 for 1. Daughter of Robbie Whirling and Tasha Stringer. Looks in the first pitch strike. Grandma Nan in Blytheville, Arkansas. Redshirt freshman. Pioneers fans looking for Whirling to get a hold of a pitch here. Send it over the fence here. Get Ball State back in the ball game, down by 6. One pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. Back-to-back strikeouts with bases loaded by Lily Boswell. After Vol State scored 1 and loaded the bases. Right down the can, and Whirling takes a look had strike three. So back-to-back backwards Ks for Boswell, and that ends the inning. Was 1 run on 3 hits. No errors, 3 runners left on base. We are headed to the 7th. Pioneers down by 6, 11-5 to Wallace State. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Haley Hollyhan will lead off the top of the 7th for Wallace State. She's 1 for 3. Drove in a run and scored 1. Madison Croxford still in the circle for Ball State. She's on in relief of Laura Walker, who went 4 1/3 innings. First pitch swinging. Hollyhan fouls that one off to the left side. Emily Hall on deck. Caroline Cartron is scheduled 3rd in the inning. 7, 8, and 9 due up here for Wallace State. Lady Lions scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth, and opened it up with a 6 spot in the 5th. Ball State 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the 6th. Score is 11-5. Oxford struggling to throw strikes to Haley Hollyhan, the left fielder. Game 2 will start approximately 30 minutes after the completion of this ball game. Ball 4. Second walk for Croxford. Emily Hall. Catcher will step to the plate. She walked and scored in the second. Double drove in a run in the 4th and flew out in the 5th inning. She's 1 for 2. That offering in there for a called strike. Like Hall was taking all the way. Pitch changed up. Lauren Stewart, third base coach, now head coach, had to hop out of the way of that one. Wallace State riding in style with a big 55 passenger bus with a nice wrap around it. It says Wallace State. Fastball misses up. Throw down to first base. It is not in time. Trust me. Oops, not 2 balls. Put that up there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Timeout called as Brian Drake's going to come out of the VolState dugout to have a chat. Not sure if it's to talk to Croxford or the entire infield. We are just a little over 2 hours and 20 minutes into this ball game. Yesterday's contest took an hour and 39 minutes for game one and 2 hours and 11 minutes in game two. 4-3 and a 9-4 ball games. Lady Pioneers 1-3. Unless they get a big rally in the bottom of the seventh, they're going to fall to 1-4. First game of the year for Wallace State. Pop up in the infield. Corey Harris will make the catch. Caroline Cartron steps to the plate. She is 1 for 3, 2 RBIs. There's a slap down to third base, picked up and thrown into right field. Looked like the throw or the ball may have been lost in the sun. I'm not sure. Erica Abbott was slow to get to second base, or at least late arriving. It was a very, very hard hit ball, so to say she was slow, that's probably inaccurate. But she was trying to catch that ball on the run, and it was about at her left knee, and it went into right field. Ground ball to second. Abbott up quickly to Lotzenheiser to retire McKinnon Howard. Game goes quick. Bailey Rouse. Ball one. Two outs, 1-0 count to Rouse. There's a line drive into the glove of Corinne Knapp. Too fast for me to hit that button, but bang, bang play. And that ends the inning. No runs, no hits. Error is going to have to be charged on the throw. Honestly, I'm not sure if it's going to be the throw or the catch. But again, I'm not the official score. 2 runners left on base. We are headed to the bottom of the seventh. VolState needs 6 to tie, 7 to win. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese back at VolState. We are moving to the bottom of the seventh inning. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Lady Pioneers. Bailey Osbrook, Shelby Green, and Corinne Knapp. See if that's who Coach Christian Lynn sends to the plate. Lily Boswell out for inning number 2. Gets the first pitch strike call on Bailey Osbrook's looking for her first hit. She's 0 for 2. Reached on a walk. Popped up in shallow center field. Back goes the second baseman. Laura Lee Wheeler has not had a whole lot of activity today, but she makes the catch for out number 1. Osbrook's now 0 for 3. Shelby Green steps in. She's walked twice and grounded out. See who comes out of the Lady Pioneer dugout to bat, and it is Corinne Knapp, who has the helmet and the stick. Green undecided on that action right there. Fouls that one off. Freshman from Milan, Tennessee, down in West Tennessee, heading down I-40 toward Memphis from Nashville. She's going to be looking now at an 0-2 count. Boswell allowed back-to-back hits in the 6th to start off her college career. Double, triple, and a single. Then a walk, and then struck out the next 3 batters to end the 6th and leave the bases loaded. Swing and a miss. She picks up her 4th strikeout as Green is the latest victim. VolState now down to their last out. Knapp led that inning off with a double to dead center field. Scored on Harris's triple. First pitch must be down. We'll be right back on the VolState Sports Network on the YouTube channel, and I believe we'll be back on the Comcast Cable Access Channel 19 as well. Again, big thanks to A.J. Fawson, the lead audio and video engineer here at VolState, for his help on getting us on the air and keeping us on. Right now, borrowing equipment for the basketball venue we'll be needing on Saturday afternoon for the doubleheader. 2-0 pitch. Misses outside. Cleveland State will come in to play the women's and men's teams on Saturday afternoon. 3-0 pitch in there for a called strike. Currently, men's baseball team is scheduled for a 9-inning game on Saturday at 1 p.m., but weather doesn't look like it's going to cooperate for that to happen. So if that's the case, then I'll be broadcasting basketball Saturday afternoon. Been hoping to get in a doubleheader against Southwest Illinois College on Friday. That's a change from what's on the lineup or on the schedule online. Full Count Ministries, full count to Corinne Knapp. K-N-A-P-P. Probably known as Corinne Knapp from time to time. Daughter of Rance and Pam Knapp fouls that one off. Lady Pioneers down to their last strike. She has an Auntie Jenny in Honolulu. Wonder if Auntie Jenny is listening in, one of the 65 5+ watching. Another fly ball out to center field. This is going to be handled by Howard, and she makes the catch for out number 3 to end the ball game. So 2.5+ hours, 2 hours and 31 minutes, as VolState falls 11-5 in game 1 of the doubleheader. To Wallace State. Emily Simon will pick up the win. She'll move to 1-0. Laura Walker will take the loss. She moves to 0-2. Don't think in softball you get a save for 2 innings. Again, I'm not the official scorer, so it doesn't really matter what I say. But Wallace State takes game 1. We'll be back in approximately 30 minutes for game 2 of the doubleheader. Thank you again for watching and listening on VolState's YouTube channel, the VolState Sports Network.